We are here. And are we here with an NBA game? No, we are not. Surprisingly, I did make notion of this previously that we might try to cover some March Madness basketball, but in preparation for that, we are here today, right now, to cover the number 4 seed taking on the number 2 seed. I thought it was too juicy of an opportunity. We have an opportunity. Got to take advantage of it of all of the opportunities that come your way. We have an opportunity today to cover multiple basketball games. And so at first, obviously, I was going to go through the NBA schedule. I did go through the NBA schedule, and I said, all right, what games could we possibly cover outside of our New York Knicks game, right? Because obviously we will be live later tonight for the New York Knicks taking on the Houston Rockets. Hopefully they don't make us look bad and we lose another one. Praying for it. I'm praying for it. But where is it? So I went down and I was like, all right, I got time today, right? With snowstorm coming, I'm home. We could cover at least another basketball game. We got the late game tonight. So what can we cover? And I went down the NBA schedule and I was like, okay, Magic Suns, 5 o'clock game. So the Knicks played 8. So any game after Magic Suns ended up being, well, we can't do them because obviously we need to be able to do a game that'll lead into our late night coverage at 8:30 here. Games take about 2.5 hours. So you would need a game to start at 6 or earlier in order for us to cover the basketball game. The NBA game, I should say. The only one available is Magic Suns. Now, perfectly fine game, right? Good enough. We should probably be covering it. The reason why I decided to punt on Magic Suns is because when you go through it, Franz Wagner's still out. Magic not playing well as of late. Phoenix, Devin Booker still out. Dylan Brooks will be making his return. Grayson Allen is questionable to play. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. Why watch a middling basketball game between two teams that are not healthy when we could be watching college basketball? So instead, I said, let's go look at the field. Let's go look at what we have when it comes to college basketball, right? And we have some incredible games. This is an incredible slate. Basketball Saturday are back. They are indeed back fully. Right now, the game that they have on, I have it up on the screen right now, is North Carolina taking on Syracuse. Now, I did contemplate whether or not we wanted to do this game. I opted not to, mostly because Syracuse just got dominated previously. I forgot who they played exactly. That's not what I wanted. I forgot who they played exactly. But also, by the way, Kian Anthony, son of Carmelo Anthony, is down there on Syracuse. How's he doing so far? Obviously, I haven't been keeping up with the game. He's got 2 points, played 10 minutes. He's missed both of his shots. Okay, Kian. I see you, brother. I see you. I'm rooting for his success. But this is not the game we want to we're going to be covering here today. Also, by the way, their star freshman is not playing either. So, honestly, maybe good choice on that one, right? Suns Jen, what's up, Suns Jen? Hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing well, brother. How are you? Chris Kahn, what's up, Chris? Mark, of course, that's still sour on the Knicks loss. Me too, man. Me too. Hopefully, they come out today and they give us a good performance, right? Something we can positively talk about from here on out and not have to find ways to be positive about the team. They could just give us a reason to be positive about the team. But those 3 losses against Detroit is going to be sour grapes for the remainder of the 20 whatever games we have left. It is going to be difficult to get over. It is not going to just be, oh yeah, we'll just swipe on through that. It's going to hang around all season long now, all the way to the end. Also, why are we here? We're not here. Other games we have on the docket, you have Cincinnati taking on Kansas, but I don't think Peterson is playing, right? That was the issue with this game as well. Kansas 20-6, but he is playing. He also played 31 minutes, 7 for 17 from the field, 1 for 7 from 3, not having a very good shooting night. 31 minutes for Darren Peterson, not having a very good night here as his team is trailing by 16. He is another guy, obviously, you want to keep an eye on. He is the number 1 ranked prospect right now, probably going to be the number 1 pick in the draft, so it would have been nice to watch him. The Fleas, what's up, Fleas? But that is not the game we are going to be covering. And you guys know the game we're covering because we have it up on the stream already in the title, obviously. But that is indeed Arizona taking on Houston, the 4 taking on the 2. Should be a very good game. Kingston Flemings taking on Peat, although Peat will be out here tonight, unfortunately. Was really looking forward to watching Peat, who is also a projected top 10 pick. Same with Kingston Flemings. Should be a very good matchup between 2 of the best teams in the conference. My goodness, is it very, very compelling here today. Florida State already beat Clemson. Nebraska is up on Penn State early here. Not really, halfway through there at halftime. Kansas, we already went through with Cincinnati. St. John's just beat the brakes off Creighton. Florida beat Ole Miss. Most things coming up chalk here, except for Kansas looking to be going down. Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? Appreciate y'all. Yeah, so we are obviously ultimately going to be trying something different today. We have never covered a college game here on the channel. As a matter of fact, it was such a spur of the moment, late kind of thing that I don't really have anything ready for it in terms of our usual pre-game routine where we do a rundown of each player. I have it all set up for our Knicks game tonight because that was the only thing I thought we were going to be able to do today. But so instead, what we can do is we can go down each rosters here on ESPN and just kind of make best with what we have available to us. Arizona, the number 4 ranked team. They are the team with Peat, as you can see him right here. Now, unfortunately, Peat will not be available today. He is averaging about 14, 5.5, 2.5. And just real quick, just a profile on him, about 6'8" wing, plays very big. And honestly, haven't seen too much of Peat individually. Mostly I've just seen highlights, so I can tell you, looks good because the highlights always look good. But he's played 9 games away. Overall, he's played 25 games. Shooting 33% from three-point range. He's got a lot of upside to him. Obviously, with the size and the physicality that he plays with is very, very intriguing. But the guy who obviously we're keeping the eye on most today will be Kingston Flemings, who's another top 10 projected pick here. Kingston Flemings, 16.6 points per game. Alongside of his backcourt mate in Sharp. Very, very undersized, guard-heavy team in Houston. They are one of the better defensive teams in college basketball. And going into the tournament, they're going to be very, very reliant on their freshmen, which usually isn't the greatest model for success. Usually you want to be led by veteran guards or at least star guards, and obviously Kingston Fleming also falls into that category as well. But between the two teams, they have yet to play this year. This is the first matchup between them, the 4 versus the 2. I believe that is also the only... Yeah, so Cincinnati, Kansas is winding down. They're down by 15. Looks like that one's going to be over very, very shortly. Oda Austin. Did I already shout out Oda Austin? What's up, Oda? North Carolina taking on Syracuse. Yeah, unfortunately, this is the game I have up on right now. And it's not looking too competitive. So this was the other option we were looking to do earlier as well. But honestly, I think I'm pretty happy with the decision we made. It's going to be interesting because, like I said, covering the NBA as heavily as we've done, I'm not nearly as knowledgeable about what either of these teams are capable of. So it'll be a learning on the fly kind of situation. Obviously, it's also an experiment in terms of how interested you guys as an audience are in covering college basketball. So I see a Chevy notification. I click. Appreciate you, Suns Gen. Appreciate you. The other option we had, Suns Gen, was watching the Suns take on the Magic today, but ultimately no Devin Booker, no Franz Wagner. Both teams a little banged up, and I was like, all right, is it time to experiment with some college basketball? Something I've been thinking about wanting to try and do because I love basketball so much. I like watching high-level basketball, and obviously the NBA is the highest level of basketball we could watch. But that does not mean that, I think this Arizona-Houston game is going to be probably a more compelling game than the Suns Magic game. So that was the other option we were looking to cover. That was probably what I was going to go with before. Ultimately, I was just like, well, it's really our only option if we wanted to cover another game today. So what are the other options? We've been talking about, or at least I've been talking about or alluding to the fact that I wanted to cover a couple of college games, especially during the March Madness tournament. Wanted to see how that sort of transition goes. But so today is, going to be a bit of an experiment because, like I said, not as familiar with the college teams as I am with the NBA teams. I could talk about them in depth, whereas college teams, we're going to be learning on the fly. I'm going to be listening to a lot of the commentary and kind of trying to relay all the information that they are delivering as well. Joseph, what's up, Joseph? Suns Gen said, if it's an amazing Suns game, I'll be heckling in the chat. True. I mean, the game should be starting fairly soon. If they're going to have it up on a different channel, we'll switch over. But overall, The game should be mostly over before that game is, so I won't have to hear too much. But obviously, we'll be live as well later tonight for the Knicks game. Knicks taking on the Rockets. So that'll be a fun one. And we'll be, you could heckle me then. The Flea said, ball is life, you're a natural easy money. Appreciate you, Flea, appreciate you. Southern Jen said, all good, basketball is all good. I love basketball, so whatever's on. What's the best game on right now? That's kind of how I always see it. Let's go over to here. What do they have? Oh, that's not what I wanted. They have the 1995 Eastern Conference Finals on. Is this NBA TV? This is NBA TV. They have the 95 Eastern Conference Finals, the Magic taking on the Pacers. It's funny. Very funny. All right, let's go down. Let's get our game situated. Let's get everything set up. It should be on ABC, which is about going to be tip off in about 9 minutes, it looks like. So let's get ourselves, no, can we go to the channel? Can we go to the channel? Can we go to the channel? Thank you. Thank you. There we go. All right, so it's going to be tipping off right after this Syracuse NC game. And this one's winding down. They got 2:30 to go. Penn State, Nebraska. Nebraska's going to run them over. Same with Virginia over Miami. Although, actually, not really. Miami hanging in there. You got Vanderbilt, Tennessee. Louisville, Georgia Tech. You got Texas Tech, Kansas State. Texas Tech should be running away with it. Kansas State only at 11-15 so far this year. And then obviously we have our big highlight game, the 4 versus the 2, which is really the biggest thing. Obviously, as we are winding down February here, we are February 21st, so we're about a week and a half before March. And then we get to March Madness. Obviously, it's going to be a fun, intriguing game. Really looking forward to the March tournament this year. The field looks incredibly even. The number 1 team has lost already a couple times this year, and it's switched hands a handful of times. So it's pretty even. The field is pretty even. The parity is for sure going across almost all sports so far, right? Basketball has it a little bit in a league where it's always been top heavy. Baseball is still remaining one of the leagues that remains top heavy. The Dodgers ruling over everybody. As a matter of fact, the Dodgers are coming off back-to-back World Series and then had the best offseason of any team in baseball. So that is going on in baseball. But as far as the other sports go, like the NFL is pretty even for the most part. The parity, by the way. And then the NBA is becoming, is leaning more into the parity, and college basketball has also been leaning more into the parity. Long gone are the days, obviously, of the best basketball players staying in college for multiple years. You have a lot of one and dones. As a matter of fact, most one and dones now. If you are a high level freshman coming in, even if you're not a high level freshman coming in, you still might leave after one season. So we have 2 minutes to go. Syracuse getting very desperate. Obviously, trying to press in the backcourt, trying to get some steals, but they're now down by 18. So, or not 18, 16. So they're under 2 minutes to go. Coming up next is our Arizona-Houston matchup. Joe said, my favorite funny commentator. I'll just be trying to have a good time, man. We're just here having a good time. So obviously, Boeheim is out at Syracuse. Kian Anthony goes over to Syracuse, following in his father's footsteps with Carmelo. We have a couple of ejections here. Not a whole lot. This game's already over. Let's get to the end. Let's get to our game. As far as Houston goes, where do we rank in terms of... Right, can we go to stats for every team? There we go. Well, not really for teams, but for players overall. AJ DeBan still leads? college basketball and scoring? Cam Boozer's at 4. I mean, I expected them to be up there. I'm just so used to the days of, like, the Jimmer Fredettes. Oh, man, I forget his name from Ole Miss. Buddy from Ole Miss. He used to put up buckets. Leading, like, those kind of guys leading, you know, the third-year, four-year guys leading the league in scoring. Your Luka Garzas leading college basketball in scoring. And now you're just seeing... you got AJ up there. You got Cam up there. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Use your number 2 pick in the draft. Use your number 3 pick in the draft, by the way. But I don't think any of the players we will be watching today. William Kyle from Syracuse. Top 5 in shot blocks, though. I'm really going to be interested in Kean Anthony evolving as a basketball player. He's going to be staying in college basketball for at least another year. He's gotten spurt opportunities this season. He's come up in sometimes and not often. The smoke shop said who's going to win? I don't know, brother. This is why we're going to watch the game. I don't know who's going to win. If I knew who was going to win, I wouldn't be watching it because I would already know who would win. As far as who I think will win, honestly, it could go either way. But without Peat, Arizona's on an uphill battle against Houston here. Houston is one of the better defenses in college basketball, so it's going to be difficult. Kurdish, what's up, Kurt? Just watched Knicks Rockets playoffs games 1 through 7 and Knicks San Antonio games 1 through 7. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to you. That's some high level basketball right there for sure. I assume you're a Knicks fan because you watch 2 Knicks series. Aren't you just putting yourself through pain watching them lose both of those series? Four threes a game from Jaden Booth, by the way, is kind of crazy. Anyway. So we have a 1:30 to go. It is 76-60 in this game. Obviously, we're waiting on our game to get tipped off soon. Right after this one, they'll be going off. What compels you to go back and watch those finals defeats, Kurdish? That is a little crazy. All right, they're down by 14 with a little over a minute to go. They're applying full court pressure, forcing Coach Davis to call the timeout. Son Jen said, my first basketball memory, Curtis said, should have beat the Rockets in Game 6. For sure. Shout out John Starks, man. Shout out John Starks. Sons Jen said, my first basketball memory is my dad listening to the Suns lose to the Celtics on repeat. That is crazy. So when I came up, my earliest memories of basketball, probably my earliest memories of basketball is like probably 05-ish, watching Wade and Shaq together, and then ultimately winning the championship that year. I didn't watch a ton of basketball. I was more so into playing basketball. And then by the time I got to watching basketball regularly, it was the 07-08 season, I want to say, when David Lee... No, that was 2 years later. But it was the 07-08 season, and ultimately it culminated in David Lee becoming an all-star. But yeah, as a Knicks fan, I watched every single Knicks game from that season on, from about the 08 season on. And I got to tell you, Knicks fans tell me all the time, like, I don't know what it's like because they've been hurting for so long. And I'm like, brother, you had the 90s. You had good era of basketball that you can think back to. Me? I was born in the dark, Liz. You merely just adopted it. I was born in the clown franchise. I never had anything to be prosperous with. I never had anything to look back to. I was born in a clown show of an organization, following that clown show of an organization of the Knicks all the way to where they are now. the highs and the lows, the roller coaster ride. Even when there were highs, they were quickly right back down. Cortland Hall, what's up, Court? My St. Louis Billikens are going to shock the tournament. Shout out St. Louis. I love a Cinderella story. I'm definitely down with that. I'll tell you that. I'm not very familiar with St. Louis's game, but I'll tell you what, I'll root for them. We're going to try and cover as much college basketball as we can. Probably not going to be as much as I want to, with our NBA coverage also going on at the same time. I low-key kind of wish the NBA would go on a little bit of a hiatus, right? If they move the All-Star game earlier to legitimately the halfway point, to the 42-game mark, or 41-game mark, to the halfway point, and then had another mini hiatus during the for the beginning part of the NCAA tournament, think about that. You have 2 mini breaks. You could shorten the All-Star break from a full week to about 4 days, and then you could have another, 3-day mini break in the NBA schedule to allow the NCAA tournament to go on. I'm just saying, because it would take place around the time where you're ramping up to get to the end of the season. It would give you a quick break, allow guys to get healthy again, and then a full stretch run to the end of the season, and then the full stretch run to the playoffs. Give them 2 breaks, 2 smaller breaks instead of 1 big week break. It's not even at the halfway point of the season anyway. Kurdish said, will the Knicks make it to the second round? I have a very hard time seeing what first round matchup they could have that would give them immense amounts of trouble where I would think that they might not make it to the second round. In my mind, they're definitely making it to the second round. And then depending who their second round matchup is going to be, I have very, very high confidence that they'll make it to the conference finals. But with that game officially over, we should be getting to our coverage here of Arizona taking on Houston. Yeah, that is up and ready to go. There we go. Cool. But the leading scorer for Arizona is Brandon Burries. Awaka is their leading rebounder. Bradley, their leading assist man. Bradley also their leader in steals. Krivas, their leading shot blocker. As far as Houston goes, Kingston Flemings, the rookie, the star rookie guard, is their leading scorer, as well as their leading assist man. I'm really interested in watching a full game from Kingston Flemings. He came into NCAA. I tend to follow the draft more closely at the beginning of college basketball and then start getting into the specific teams. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, starting to get into teams and the coverage of them. Oh, here we go. We're already tipped off. Let's go ahead. Game already started. Let's get into it. It is 2-0. All right. And they're only 2 minutes in. So here we go. Arizona up and under 4. All right, let's also pull this up. Let's get ourselves situated. Here we go. Where are we at? There we at. Let's scroll down like usual. These are the players on the court. Here we go. Sinak with the jumper, can't get it to go. Rebound right back to him. Another one, got it to go. Foul line pull-up jumpers. And Houston finally up on the board. It is 4-2. 2-4. Arizona has the ball up top. Swinging it around. Oh my goodness. Somebody's going to have to help me pronounce Karchenkov? Pull-up jumper, can't get it to go. Gets their own offensive rebound. A floater, can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Big Car. Big Car down there. Gets the putback. Houston swinging around, threw it right into the hands of Bradley. Bradley bringing it down. Pulls it back out. Gets it inside to Araka. Got it to go for Awaka. And one. Oh, I got the score wrong as well. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Here we go. Here we go. It is 8-2 for Arizona. Awaka going to the foul line for one more. Bradley doing a great job jumping the passing lane there, getting the steal, pushing it the other way. Also being patient. Oftentimes in college basketball, one of the things you can see with young players is that they're just not very patient. So Awaka at the foul line. Got his free throw to go. 9-2. Really fast-paced early start here for Arizona. Flemings bringing it down. He has it up top. Coming to his right. Off the Sacco screen. And throws it right through the hands of Sinak Jr. and it goes out of bounds. So Arizona bringing it down the other way. Really slow start for Houston. You don't want to put yourself behind the 8 ball in college basketball. Really difficult to climb your way back in. They get it up top to Bradley. Bradley directing traffic. Dancing with it, crosses over to his right, settles for the mid-range pull-up jumper, way off on that one. Long rebound, collected by Sharp, gets it over to Flemings. Flemings bringing it down, swings it out to Sinak. He's going to pump fake from 3, drives it to his left, kicks it back out to Flemings. Flemings in the left corner. He's telling him to pull it out. He's telling Sinak to get out of my way. Shot clock winding down. He's going to go one-on-one. Foul line pull-up jumper, way off on that one. And a rebound goes to Arizona. And is that Del Orso? Del Orso bringing it down? They get it over to Bradley. Bradley swings it over. Back up top to Bradley. Back over to Del Orso. Down the lane. Kicks it out to Bradley. Inside. Awaka. Drop step. Can't get the hook shot to go. Fleming's battling for the rebound and then a foul on Awaka. Ball back to Houston. And now you can see Houston's defense settling in a little bit. We get a timeout here. From, is it a TV timeout or a regular timeout? Either way. Sergeant, did I hear a request for pronunciation? Pronounce my man's name here. Karchenkov? Am I looking at Karchenkov here? I got everybody else, right? I'm good on Awaka. I'm good on Bradley. I'm good on Gay, right? That's how you pronounce that? Gay. Del Orso. Got Sinak Jr. You got Flemings. You got... Uzan, you got Sharp, and you got Sacco. Ivan Karchenkov. Yeah, Karchenkov. Yeah, I think I'm pretty good on it, right? I'm good. I was around there. Karchenkov. But very competitive game so far. You can see Houston's defense starting to settle in a little bit after being a little sloppy to start the game. 9-2 early start for Arizona. You're gonna want to get off to an early start against this Houston defense, right? Especially considering that if Fleming's 0 for 1 to start, we'll see how he continues. They have Sinak running a lot of their offense. He's taken 3 shots already. Flemings is obviously their leading scorer, as we went over earlier. He's going to lead the way. And after that timeout, you can see, is it Bruce Pearl coaching Houston now? Went over to Flemings right away and started to kind of coach him up a little bit and direct him what he wanted to do and where he wanted to go. Because so far, Houston's offense has been a lot of settling for shots. But Awaka's big down low. They're going to have trouble. They're already having trouble keeping them off the glass and keeping them out of the paint. Bradley's taken a couple of shots early and hasn't really knocked too many of them down. He's 1 for 4. But in college basketball, sometimes it's a little bit about volume and not necessarily about efficiency, right? It is more important in college basketball than it is in the NBA. We talk about in the NBA and our NBA coverage all the time about winning the possession battle. It is more important in college basketball to win the possession battle. I was about to say, is this working? Because why are we stuck on Jalen Brunson still? All right. Yeah, we could ignore this a little bit. Also, where's that coming from? This coming from over here? Why is that like that? I don't like that. I think that's because of this. Maybe a little bit of this. This is better. There you go. All right, here we go. We're getting back into it. Got a couple of substitutions. Nelson coming in. Krivas coming in. On the other side, no new substitutions. We're going to keep it the same. And Flemings will bring it down for Houston. Flemings has it up top, being guarded by Bradley. They get it over to Sacco. Now over to Sinak. Sinak up top. Coming to his left, driving it down, kicks it in the corner. They're going to pull it all the way back out. Uzan gets it over the top to Flemings. Flemings, jab step, back to Uzan, driving it down to his left in the middle of the lane. Cross-court pass to Sharp. Sharp driving to his right, step back along the baseline. Pump fake, now puts it up. Can't get it to go off the back of the rim. And a rebound to the big man, Karchenkov. Bradley has it up top. Bradley, a nice big long guard. He's directing traffic up top. Swing it over to Del Orso, back to Bradley. Bradley gets it in the corner to Nelson. Nelson driving it there. Is that Nelson? That's not Nelson. That is Krivas. Krivas, little fall-away jumper. Can't get it to go. Battle on the rebound. Flemings ends up with it. He gets a running start. He's out and pushing. Arizona does good job getting back on defense. And Houston has to find a way to put points up on the board here. Great trap from Arizona, forcing it out of Fleming's hands. Now they get it back to Fleming. 15 on their shot clock. He's directing traffic. He just wants to run a normal pick and roll here. Swings it out. A three for Nelson. Not Nelson, excuse me. A three for Uzan. Got it to go. Marlos Uzan, 11th straight game with a three-pointer made. Driving it down, Bradley just blows right past Uzan, who just knocked down the three. Gets blown right past by Bradley, and he gets the easy scoop layup to go. Houston bringing it down the other way. Flemings has it up top. They get it over to Uzan. Uzan pulls it out. Coming to his right. Now back to Flemings. Flemings directing traffic. Waving his teammates through. Now he's going to come off the Gay screen. Is that Gray? That is Gay. Turns it over, pushing it the other way. Floater in the paint for Del Orso. Gets it to go. And the foul on Flemings, compounding the issue. And Arizona's defense leading to offense. Flemings getting flustered by this Arizona defense. He's not entirely sure where he wants to go and what he wants to do. Can't get into the paint regularly. Is settled for some contested shots and has now turned it over. Son Jen said the defense, my goodness, they are locking up for sure. It's not Bruce Pearl, by the way. I knew Bruce Pearl was is that Coach what's his name? Samuels? 13 to go. They did knock down their and one free throw. Del Orso did. Flemings up top. Coming to his right up the Gay screen. That's not Gay. That's Sacco. Coming off the Sacco screen. I'll get him right. Sampson. Kelvin Sampson. Gento. What's up, Gento? And looking down, shouting out my man Gentle. Missed the three from that. Was that Sinak? That was Harwell. Harwell with the three. On the other way, Arizona. Knocking down the floater. Karchenkov knocking down the floater there. All right, here we go. We're back into it. 16-8. Flemings has it up top, directing traffic. They get it over to Uzan. Back to Flemings. A lot of standing around. A lot of trying to direct traffic. They don't know where they want to go and what they want to do. Flemings beating the trap. Swings it out. Wide open. Corner three. Got it to go for Houston. Finally, they needed it. Who's that? McCarthy knocks down the three there. They just got one from Harwell, who just subbed in. Now from McCarthy, and we're back to a 5-point game. 16-11. Burries has it up top. They swing it around. They got Burries coming off the bench. Interesting. They swing it around. Back up top to Burries, I should say. Burries gets it over. Karchenkov knocks down the baseline pull-up jumper. 18-11. 11:30 to go. My timer's a minute behind, but we'll be all right. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug? Justice's dad, what's up, Justice's dad? The crowd is hyped. That's college basketball, brother. That is for sure college basketball. They kick it in the corner. Another three. Can't get that one to go for Houston. Here comes Arizona. Burries bringing it down. He has it up top. They get it over to Krivas. Hands it off to Del Orso. And then they call a foul on Houston, trying to strip Del Orso. He's tried to split the double team. And they call the foul. I believe it's going to be on Flemings again. And we're going to get a timeout here. So a full timeout. In college basketball, you have a ton of TV timeouts. So we'll be having multiple stoppages in play. Only 2 halves, by the way. If you guys don't know, if you don't normally watch college basketball, it is not 4 quarters. It's 2 halves. It's a 40-minute game. 20 minutes a half. Foong Pei, what's up, Foong Pei? We have 11 minutes to go, so we'll take down our time. He said, "Nice to see you for college ball. Slapped your like. Appreciate you, Foong Pei. Appreciate you, brother." We're going to try and cover as much college basketball as we can manage. Obviously, it also interferes with our NBA coverage, so we'll be limited in the games we could cover. Had an opportunity today, decided to go for it. We're going to try it out. Obviously, not as well-versed in these college teams as I am in NBA teams, but we'll manage. We'll figure it out. Judge Dad said women's is 4 quarters. Yeah, I don't understand why men's college basketball still sticks with the 2 halves. Just go to the 4 quarters at this point. Just go to 4 10-minute quarters. I don't understand the keeping it at halves. Women's college basketball is 4 quarters. Literally every other stage of basketball is 4 quarters. Middle school basketball, high school basketball, the NBA, the G League, Euro Leagues, every other iteration of high-level basketball play is 4 quarters, except for college basketball. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. But we're here. We're here. So far, Houston really struggling. Their main leading scorer, Kingston Flemings, their star rookie, struggling to kind of get their offense going. Arizona's defense is absolutely brilliantly game planned so far, and we're going to have to see Houston make an adjustment here. We've already seen Coach Kelvin Sampson for the Houston Cougars already come out and not berate, that's not the right word, not berate Kingston Flemings and their guards, but go in and immediately start coaching them and being like, listen, you're not seeing the full picture here. Need you to pull it out. This is what we're going to do in order to beat the pressure that they're applying. A lot of Houston's initial actions are getting cut off, and then, therefore, guys like Kingston Flemings, their guard, is standing out by the half-court line, trying to direct traffic. You go over there. You come over here. I need you to come up and set the screen, and we're just going to run a pick and roll off of this and start our actions there. But by then, they have 15 seconds on the shot clock, and in college basketball, when you have a 30-second shot clock, using half of it to kind of essentially get to nothing and then being left with 15 seconds to come up with some sort of improvised basketball play for guys at this level is always going to be tough. Always going to be a tough look. All right, here we go. We're going to check back in. We got 11 minutes to go. Arizona with the 7-point lead. 18-11 here. And that is without their star freshman, by the way, in Peat. Any other substitutions? No, we have the same guys in there. As far as Houston goes, they have Tugler, Flemings, Uzan, McCarty, and Harwell in the game right now. Bradley has it up top. Coming to his right, kicks it in the corner to Burries. Burries gets it back up top to Bradley. They get it over to Karchenkov. Karchenkov, step back, pump fake, draws the foul, and throws it up at the rim. Is that 3 fouls on Flemings, who got hit with the pump fake right there? That is, I think that's the 3rd foul. It says 2 here, but it should be updated to 3 if I'm not mistaken. Unless he wasn't the one who got the foul call previously. So Del Orso is the one who hit him with the pump fake. He's at the foul line now for 2 free throws. Knocks down the first one. Del Orso knocks down both free throws. Here comes Houston looking for an answer. Flemings goes to the bench. Sharp back in. Uzan has it up top. Coming to his right. Now dancing with it, rejecting the Tugler screen, pulling it back out. Arizona doing a good job, not giving them. Houston really struggling to get into any offense. No passes yet. Now they finally swing it around. Sharp has it up top. They show a double team off him off the screen. They swing it in the corner to Harwell. Harwell has to settle for the 3 with the shot clock winding down. Can't get it to go off the back of the rim. Sharp chases down the long rebound. Gets it out to Harwell. Harwell gets it over to Sharp. Sharp coming to his right. He's going to look to attack Del Orso. Coming to his left, step back, foul line, fall away jumper. Can't get it to go, but he is fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. It was really good defense for 40 seconds there for Arizona, right up until the very end, getting overly aggressive, looking to block Sharp's fall away, step back, mid-range jumper. At that point, if he makes that shot, he makes that shot. Not a good foul there for Arizona. I believe Bradley was the one who picked up the foul. No, it looks like it was Del Orso. He's the only one sitting with a foul right now. Only one listed with a foul. So we got 10 minutes to go. Sharp knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. For as poorly as their offense has been, it's an 8-point game. Their defense is keeping them around. They're also making it a little difficult for Arizona to score as well. Sharp knocks down both. 20-13, 10 minutes to go here in the first. In our first half. Halfway through it. Burries. They get it over to Karchenkov. Kicks it out. Bradley gets it down low. Back to Bradley. Scoop layup. Can't get it to go. No foul call. He was looking for some contact. He didn't get it. Here comes Uzan. Swings it out to Sharp. Sharp hesitation. Pulls it out. Steps back. Kicks it back up top to Uzan. Uzan's going to look to attack Del Orso. Dancing with it. Got nowhere to go. So now they're going to look to feed it somebody else. They get it over to Tugler. Tugler at the foul line. Attacking to his left. Flips it up. Got it to go. And the foul for Tugler. Tugler's going to go to the foul line for one more, looking for a chance at a 3-point play. They were looking to try and get the ball to Sinak Jr., the other guy they like to run their offense through. Their other main focal point offensively. They couldn't get it to him. Tugler had it at the foul line and didn't have a passing opportunity to get it to him. Decided to say, hey, man, I'm going to have to take it here. Able to draw the foul and knock down the fall-away floater with the one hand. And he knocks down his and one free throw. And we're back to a 4-point game. Here comes Arizona. Bradley bringing it down. Bradley gets it over to Del Orso. Is that Del Orso? That's not Del Orso. They get it over to Burries. Back up top to Karchenkov, then down low to Awaka, doing a great job of sealing Senak Jr. there. He did a bad job of staying in front of him, or at least denying him that pass opportunity, or getting good positioning on him, giving him the nice, easy layup, but really good positioning from Awaka there. Nice entry pass. They swing it over to Uzan. Uzan has it up top for Houston. They show a double team up top to Uzan. Now they retreat and get back into their defense. They swing it over to Sharp. Again, a hard hedge out from Arizona. They're really forcing these ball handlers coming off the screens to give the ball up. They get it back to Sharp for a three, and he got it to go. And now some shots going down for Houston. It's a three-point game with 8:30 to go here. Jeff Brown, what's up, Jeff? Bradley has it up top, crossing over to his right. Pump fake spins, got nowhere to go. Great job from Tugler to come over for the help, but they swing it up top of three. Got it to go. They needed that three to go down. Karchenkov. Uzan up top with the hesitation dribble, forced to pull it back out. Good defense from Del Orso. Uzan swings it over to Sharp. Sharp up top, hesitation, step back three. Comes up well short. Ball knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay here with the Houston Cougars with 8 minutes to go. That's good post work there from Awaka. That's not very good defense from Senak Jr. So Uzan will inbound the ball here. They get it into Tugler. We got a foul on Awaka. We were all waiting to see what the call was on Awaka. He was involved in the Tugler. Tugler caught the ball. Awaka went for the steal. Some contact. The whistle was blown. Waiting to see who the foul was on, because it did look like Tugler hooked Awaka a little bit there to get some space to drive. They called the foul on Awaka, though, called the play dead, and now we have another TV timeout. 25-19, though, on a night where it felt like Houston might have been able to fall behind early in this game because nothing was going down for them. The defense still flummoxing them. They're not really sure how they've been able to figure out an opening to Arizona's defense here. Doing a lot of swinging the ball around out on the perimeter. Not doing a whole lot of driving. Not really getting anything inside. Tugler is really the only guy I can think off the top of my head who's gotten not even an easy shot. He got fouled on it as he was falling to the floor and just knocked down an offhanded lefty flip shot into the paint. But he's really the only guy. They knocked down a couple of threes here that allowed them to keep it close. It's 25-19 right now. But Houston, the number 2 overall team, really having a hard time of finding an opening for Kingston Flemings. Arizona's done a great job of shutting him down. He has yet to score so far tonight. And now he's on the bench with a bunch of fouls. He's got 3 fouls already. My guy Gentle said, I know you do play-by-play, but I like your color commentary. Try to do both. If I were able to stream the game to you guys and I could just do the color commentary, I'd love to do that, where we could just point stuff out and talk about the ins and outs of what we're watching versus having to call out every single play. I definitely prefer to do the color commentary than to do the play-by-play, but the play-by-play is unfortunately, it is very necessary in order to do this kind of content. I try to do both as best as I can. Oh yeah, Jeff, I forgot to mention, brother, how you feeling? How are you feeling being the sole owner of that number 3 seed, brother? The Knicks fall down to 4. How you feeling, man? Because as a Knicks fan, I'm all right with it. I'm not going to lie. Because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. At this point, here's my opinion on it. Detroit has the Knicks number. So no, I don't want to see Detroit at all in the playoffs. So if we are going to play them in the playoffs, let's play them in the conference finals, right? Let's play them in the conference finals. And in order to do that, because Detroit will be the number 1 seed, you need to be an even numbered seed. So you need to be either 2 or the 4. So keep me at the 2 or keep me at the 4, and I'm good on that. So you got Maryland taking on Duke tonight, the game they are previewing there. So any substitutions we have going on here, Karchenkov, Krivas, Burries, Bradley, and Delorso remain in. Senak Jr., Tugler, Uzan, Sharp, and now Miller's in the game. Miller's in the game for the first time for Houston. Uzan gets it over to Sharp. Sharp gets it over to Senak. Back to Sharp, down low to Tugler, back out to Sharp. Ball got knocked loose. Bradley picks it up. Arizona again, defense leading the offenses. Bradley goes the other way for the scoop layup out on the break, and they're up by 8 here. Uzan has it up top. Arizona's defense flying around, really putting Houston in a tough spot here. Miller's in the game now. He has it up top. Crossing over to his left. Driving it down, takes some contact, wild flip shot. Doesn't get it to go, but that's also because he is fouled. Miller gonna go to the foul line for 2 free throws here. They show 2 bodies to Tugler as he caught it on the post. They double team him, and knowing that he's gonna look to kick it out right away, they immediately jump his first pass away, knock the ball loose as he tries to immediately kick it out, and that's how they got out in a run and the easy layup for Bradley. Now, Mercy Miller is at the foul line for 2 free throws. He misses the first one. He's got 1 more coming. Houston can't afford to give away points here. You need every point you can get, especially with your best player. Really struggling tonight in Flemings. Miller does at least knock down the second one. A little over 7 minutes to go here. Burries gets it over to Delorso. Back to Burries. He's going to attack to his left, down the lane, kicks it out. He's going to pump fake Delorso down the lane, stops, spins, kicks it out. Karchenkov, no, a foul? A travel. A travel is called on Karchenkov. And so Uzan will bring it down the other way. Uzan has it up top. Gets it over to Sharp. Sharp coming to his left, pulls it out. Gets it over to Senak. Senak just can't handle the ball. It's a bad pass from Sharp, but he also got to catch the ball, brother. Here comes Burries pushing it the other way, putting his head down, attacking, fall away midi. Got it to go. They wave it off, and they say foul on the floor before the shot. Houston really struggling with turnovers. I think they just put the graphic up, and that was 6-2, I believe it was. Not a good look. They're going to pull Sharp out of the game. Nope, now they're going to go back. Sharp said the foul wasn't on me. So you can leave me in the game. And he does. He does. Bradley attacking to his right. And a travel on Bradley. Houston had their hands held high, made him hesitate just for a second there. And he ends up turning the ball over. Ball back to Arizona. Or ball back to Houston, excuse me. Now 6-3. Another turnover for Arizona. We'll help even the board here. Here comes Uzan bringing it down. Uzan has it up top. They get it over to Sharp. Sharp gets it over to Miller. Now over to Uzan again. Trying to stay away from the screens. Now he's going to come off the screen. They're hedging out hard. Now they recover. They kick it out to Senak. Senak in left corner 3. Can't get that one to go. Tugler battling for the offensive rebound, and it's off of Tugler. It's going to go back to Arizona. Here comes Bradley bringing it down. Bradley has it on the left wing. Dancing with it against Uzan. Coming to his right, off a Karchenkov screen. Swing it over to Delorso. Delorso down the lane, stops, gets stripped. And a foul. And a foul. A 1-1, they're in the bonus. Delorso at the foul line for 2. Delorso is 3 for 3 from the foul line already. He's up to 7 points. Misses the first free throw. In college basketball, you go 1 for 1. It is not guaranteed 2 free throws. I think the NBA should adopt that as well. They get over to Sharp. Sharp has it on the right wing. Coming to his right. Dancing with it. Crosses over to his left in the paint. Little fall away floater. Can't get it to go. He was looking for the foul. Doesn't get it. Here comes Karchenkov off the rebound. Cross court pass to Delorso. He's going to step back for a 3. Way off on that one. Karchenkov able to save it over to Bradley, though. Crosses over in the lane. Inside pass to Delorso. Beautiful no-look feed from Bradley. And a timeout here for Houston. And they need it. They need it. Great cut from Delorso to leave himself available, man. Obviously, Bradley's driving in there, but to give him an outlet like that and not just hang on your laurels and hang out by the three-point line, which most people would, to cut along that baseline on the loose ball situation there, make yourself available for the easy layup. Great cut. Obviously, great look from Bradley. Highlight play. We'll go on his highlight reel for sure, but great cut from Delorso. And you're seeing right exactly how much they're struggling. Sharp, the only made shot was that 3 he hit earlier in the game. Sacco's not done anything. He's only got one rebound, and that's it. McCarthy hit 1 3. Harwell hit 1 3. And then Uzan hit 1 3. So all of their shots coming out from the perimeter. All of their shots coming from the perimeter. We talked about it. They're not getting anything in the paint right now. Really struggling against this Arizona defense. They're hedging out hard off of any ball screen actions. Hedging out hard and forcing Houston to either turn their back off of the play and bring it back to the side of the court they were coming from. So if they're on the right side of the court coming to the left off a screen, they're hedging out hard and either forcing them to pick up the ball, and then they could either trap, or now you've picked up the ball by the half-court line and you got nowhere to go, or if you hedge out hard and you decide to keep your dribble alive, you're turning your back and you're trying to go the other way and you're still dealing with the defender that's on you. And it also, as you're looking away, is allowing the defense to then retreat back to where they were. One way to beat that is to slip the screen as the big man who's setting it, slip the screen, and then the guard and the big man have to be in concert with one another and you have to hit a slip pass. But that is a little more high level. Kingston Flemings is back in, dealing with foul issues here. Flemings, bullet pass inside the Sinak. Layup, no shot. They call it a foul on the floor. It's a foul on Burries. No free throws yet. Still side out of bounds. They got Sacco defending the inbound. They get it up top to Sharp. Sharp coming to his left. Now coming to his right, trying to put his head down. And a foul. Another foul. Houston being a lot more physical with the ball in their hands, trying to drive it in, and they're drawing fouls that way. It's a foul on Nelson. Now they get the 1-1 as both teams now in the bonus for the remainder of the first half here. Sharp misses the free throw. And are they going to call a lane violation? They're going to call a lane violation on Del Orso. So they're going to give him another free throw here. My timer's still going. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Sharp just missed the free throw. Knocks down the next one. Because it was a lane violation, it still counts as his first free throw. So he gets another one here in the 1-and-1. Sharp knocks both free throws down. Gave him an opportunity. Gave him 3 free throws to knock down 2. Bad mistake for Arizona. Let's see if it comes back to bite him. Bradley has it up top. Being guarded by Sharp. Coming to his right foot double screen. They hedge out hard. Bradley steps through. Swings it over to Karchenkov. Now over to Del Orso. Back up top to Karchenkov. Over to Bradley. Bradley directing traffic. 10 on the shot clock. Bradley swings it out to Del Orso. Jab step. He's going to look to attack. Side step. Step back 3. Got it to go for Del Orso. And they're up by 10. Their first double-digit lead of the game. 32-22. 4:20 to go here. Flemings has it up top. Coming to his right. Flemings being guarded by Nelson. Crosses over. Has it along the baseline. Kicks it out. A 3 from Sharp. Comes up short. Long rebound. Karchenkov able to grab it. And now here comes Bradley. Bradley has it up top, being guarded by Sharp. Bradley crosses over to his right, driving it down, steps back, and they call a foul before the shot attempt. So he's going to go to the foul line for 1-and-1. So Bradley's going to go to the foul line for 1-and-1. That's another foul on Sharp. Houston dealing with a couple of foul issues now. Sharp going to come out of the game. Two fouls on Flemings, 2 fouls on Sharp, 2 fouls on Miller. So Bradley's at the foul line. 1-and-1 situation. Misses the free throw. Flemings with the rebound, bringing it down the other way. Under 4. Flemings up top, directing traffic, coming to his left off the screen. Driving to his left, cross-court pass. Up top to Tugler. Tugler with the pass fakes, now going to drive it in time to Sinak. Sinak, wild reverse layup, but he does draw the foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Got fouled by Gay. We're going to get a TV timeout here, but when we come back from the timeout, Sinak will be at the foul line for 2 free throws. Suns Gen, what do you think? Should we cover the second half of this game? Because it doesn't seem like people are too interested in this college basketball game. Not as interested as I thought they would be. Or do we end it at the halfway here, and then we switch over and I make the adjustment and we cover the Suns Magic game? Because if we're going to make the decision, we should make it at halftime. Just that's it. Houston whipping some wild passes. Yeah, they're not entirely sure how to. They may not have the skill set. You know, in college basketball, we may not just have the skill set in order to deal with a high hedge type of defense that Arizona is playing. They are hedging out hard and high, you know, and they're sticking with it until the ball handler either swings it back the other way or pulls the ball back the other way by dribbling it that way, or picks up their handle. Instead of trapping them hard on a hard hedge and they pick up their handle, usually if you hedge out hard, it forces the ball handler to pick the ball up, and now it allows you to trap them because now they got nowhere to go. They've done that a couple of times, and what they're often doing is once the guy picks up their ball handling, the other guy will then retreat back to deny any passing ability. And even if they do get the ball out to the other guard on the wing, now they have their whole offense reset, and Arizona is getting back to be able to set up their defense because Houston is constantly on the back foot with their offense here. I'm thinking we end our coverage here at halftime. May end up being a great game, but I'm thinking we end our coverage here at halftime because I think there's clearly, it was a nice experiment, but I think there's clearly more appetite even for average NBA games right now. It's probably just from the community we built because we built it around NBA coverage than there is for college basketball coverage right now. But we'll see. We might return to college basketball, but I think what we're going to do is we're going to end it at halftime, and then I'll hustle to get the Orlando Phoenix game going, and then we'll go live for that one. Just that to take a nap? Nah, brother. No. We also might be live for 3 games tomorrow. Definitely 2, but we might be live for 3 games tomorrow. We'll see. I don't even know what a nap is. No, I do love me some naps, but we're good. We don't need naps. We're going to have an hour after the Phoenix-Orlando game ends until the time the Knicks game starts, so I'll be ready for that anyway. I'll be able to go lay down. I don't need a nap. I just need to lay down for like half an hour. We'll be all right. If anything, I could caffeinate myself up, brother. If anything, we could either get some coffee. We could have a caffeine drink. My guy. I don't love caffeine drinks, but I do have that ice, that caffeinated ice that I like. So we could do that. We'll be all right. We don't need a nap. We're going to be all right. Honestly, when I do take a nap, sometimes coming out of the nap, you're a little more low energy. So I feel better staying up and just powering through it. Tomorrow's Sunday, and we got the snowstorm coming tomorrow morning. So we're going to be all right. We're going to be able to sleep in a little bit. Not really. We don't need to get out there and shovel, but we'll talk more about the schedule when we come back live after this first half here. Sinak steps to the foul line, knocks down both free throws. 8-point game, 3:40 to go. Burries gets it over to Bradley. Bradley coming to his right. Houston hedging out hard, and they call a foul out on Tugler. It's a little soft foul, not going to lie. Don't love that one. Michigan versus Duke tonight is also really good. That one's at 6:30. 1 seed versus the 3 seed. See if another 1 seed goes down today. It's already happened a couple of times. Just that said, I heard 2 feet on the way. I heard 8 to 12 inches around my area. Hopefully it's not 2 feet. I've also heard some really crazy numbers like that. I heard around my area it's going to be 8 to 12 inches, which is, around a foot. But that's still a lot. And it should be snowing for about 36 hours, right? They say from 6 a.m. to around 6 p.m., which is crazy. They were in the 1-on-1 and they missed the first free throw. Flemings has it up top, directing traffic. Crossing over to his right, they show 2. They kick it over into the right corner. Pull-up jumper, comes up short. Arizona with the rebound. Karchenkov gets it out to Burries. Burries bringing it down. Leaves it off of Bradley. Bradley up top. He's going to direct some traffic. Crossing over to his right. Mid-range pull-up jumper along the baseline. Got it to go for Bradley. Back up by 10 they go. 2:45 here to go. Flemings up top. Flemings coming to his left. Now crossing over to his right. Good defense there from Del Orso. Not giving him any space. Great defense. He leans in, and he still knocks down the jumper anyway for Flemings. Still able to create the space. That's great defense, though, there from Del Orso. Bradley coming to his left. No look pass to a wide open Del Orso in the left corner. Misses that one badly. Karchenkov trying to grab it. He can. Sinak ends up with the rebound. He's pushing it the other way. Crosses over. He's going to put his head down. Attack. Stops. Tries to kick it out. Ball knocked out of bounds. And it's off of Uzan. Karchenkov jumping that passing lane and knocking it loose. Just that said, yeah, I heard until Monday too. Yeah. So from what I heard, it's going to start 6 a.m. Tomorrow morning, Sunday morning, and it's going to run till 6 p.m. on Monday afternoon. So it should be running. So the snow should be running for about 36 hours, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Hopefully, though, it's like the weather ticks back up immediately afterwards, and that snow doesn't stick the way the last snowstorm did. Bradley dancing with it, has it up top. Mid-range pull-up jumper over Flemings, can't get it to go. And a rebound for Uzan, who's bringing it down the other way. They get it over to Flemings, crosses over to his right, step back, baseline pull-up jumper. Can't get that one to go. Rebound for Bradley, and Arizona playing with a ton of confidence right now, especially defensively. Bradley putting his head down, pulling it back out, telling them to slow it down and relax, run their offense. They're going to run some time off the clock here, 1:20 to go in the quarter. They get it over to Burries. Burries gets it over to Bradley, over to Del Orso. Del Orso back out to Bradley. He's going to set his feet and fire from three. Comes up short. Rebound for Sinak. Quick outlet to Flemings. Flemings out on the run, putting his head down, attacking in the lane. Layup, got it to go, and the foul. Impressive finish for Kingston Flemings there. Looked like it looked like he initially wanted the pass, but heard the whistle, and instead shot the layup at the basket, put some English on, and got it to go down. Houston not out of it yet. Only a 6-point game with Flemings going to the foul line for one more. Just that said, it's warm here now, which is nice. Yeah, it was actually colder at home today than it was when I was out this morning. It was actually colder in the house, which was interesting. Flemings does knock down his free throw. 1 minute to go. They're going to pull him out of the game to save him from any foul issues. He was able to help his team cut it to 5 here. And here we go. Last minute of the quarter. Bradley has it up top, being guarded by Uzan. They get over to Krivas. Now over to Burries. Burries coming to his left, putting his head down. They are hedging out hard, and that's a foul. That's a foul on Lath. They got Lath in the game now. Flemings is going to come back in. They're going offense, defense here. So, again, Arizona gets the one-on-one opportunity. K. Hazy, what's up, K. Hazy? Flemings looks nice. He does. He's starting to get it going. He's going to be checking back in here. Burries at the foul line. Misses a free throw. They are in the bonus, in the double bonus. So once you get into the double bonus, you do get the automatic 2 free throws now. So now Flemings comes back into the game. They're going offense, defense here. He is dealing with foul issues. He's stuck on 2 fouls right now. He's up to 5 points. Has not played a ton so far here and was really flummoxed to start the game with the way Arizona was playing their defense. And they missed both free throws. And I let my timer tick down. My bad. 45 seconds to go. Flemings has it up top. He's just going to go immediately. Scoop layup. Can't get it to go. Great block from Sacco. Laugh trying to save it. Goes out of bounds. He can't. Great block from Gay. Yeah, it looks like a clean block to me. Obviously, Flemings and Houston wanted that goaltend. That looked like a clean block to me. Bradley has it up top. About a 10-second difference between game clock and shot clock. They get it back to Bradley. Bradley directing traffic, crosses over to his right, hands it off to Del Orso. Del Orso coming to his left, down the lane. Scoop layup the left hand. Got it to go. Looked like it could have been a wild shot, but no, he was in control the whole time. He got the layup to go. It's only a 7-point game. It's only 7. So we have one more possession to go. We have 16 seconds here. We are going to end it here at half, unfortunately. Like I said, does not seem to be a ton of interest in college basketball right now, which is fine. Probably mostly because I built the community entirely off of NBA coverage and mostly Knicks coverage. So what I'm going to do is we're going to end it here at halftime. We'll watch the final 16 seconds of the first half, obviously. But we're going to end the coverage here at halftime. And then I'll hustle and get everything set up so we can cover the NBA game. I thought it might be more interesting to cover college basketball than the NBA today. Obviously, we'll still cover our Knicks game tonight. But there will be more interest in the Suns Magic game. So we'll cover that one instead as well. So we'll technically have 3 separate streams today. Here comes Uzan bringing it down. They do have Flemings back in for the final offensive possession. They get it over to Flemings. Attacking to his right. He's got space all the way to the rim. Wild scoop layup. Can't get it to go. Battle on the offensive glass. Sanak gets the putback. And that will end the first half. And it's only a 5-point game. Houston doing a great job. Led offensively by Flemings, who's up to 7 points. It says 5 here, but it'll update to 7. He's up to 7 points now. Oh, no, he didn't score. My bad. He's stuck on 5. Sanak got that putback. He's up to 6. Just that's a Knicks versus Rockets. It's going to be Knicks versus Rockets later tonight, right? 8:30 start time, so we'll be live at 8 for our pregame coverage as usual. But what I'm going to do is we're going to end the stream here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. But we will be back in, about an hour? About an hour. About 45 minutes, right? We'll go live at around the same time, 15 minutes before tip-off, to give myself a little bit of space. And then we'll go live and we'll cover Suns versus Orlando. So let's go ahead. Let's do that. Thank you guys for coming into the experiment. Got some data for it. We'll improve. We'll try some more college games down the line. But as for right now, we're going to log it off. And we'll be back in a little bit to cover the NBA game. Appreciate you guys. See you in a bit. I don't want to say goodnight, and I don't even want to give the full outro, but I'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.